2 is the section where we deal with displaced aggression, where the source of the aggression and the cause of the aggression is not rooted out or attacked for a number of reasons. And the victim of that aggression, reacting with frustration and anger and confused about the source of his frustration and anger, or fearful to confront the sources of his frustration and anger, attacks fellow victims. And in a sense, he kills himself and kills his fellows because he has not yet made up his mind to kill white men. Black men will end their killing of each other the day they decide to kill white men. And I mean that metaphorically and, if necessarily, literally, on both levels. Otherwise, you will be displacing your aggression and attacking the wrong targets. And in that sense, you become an ally to your dominator. And you join in with him to destroy your own. We do have some upcoming publications. I will, in the fall, we'll be doing Educating the Black Child for the Black Children, the African Children for the 21st Century. So we want you to look out for that. We are going to look at a rationale for an Afrocentric and African-centered education. We will explore it on a number of levels, not just in the sense of where a knowledge of African history and culture is missing from the curriculums, from the curricula of this country and across the world, but look at it from the point of view of what is the ultimate purpose for an African-centered education. Where are we going with it? Recognizing the fact that the major purpose of education is not merely lifting the self-esteem of our young people, and not merely getting them to read and to write better, those things. But the ultimate function of education is to protect the very biological survival of a people. And ultimately, the quality of education must be measured against its capacity to maintain a people's survival. Because learning to read and write well and learning skills and so forth is pointless if you cannot defend your very lives, if you cannot stay alive in the world. And the lives of African people are in serious danger today. We are under serious threat. No amount of learning of skills, mathematical, computational, computer skills, engineering skills, and so forth, by themselves are going to guarantee this without a sense of nation and without an overarching purpose. And that purpose is that of liberation, independence, and the capacity to protect both once one gets them. And education then begins not with what the children are missing in school and not with what they are not getting in school, but it begins with the question of what are the major problems that our people must solve as people, you see. And then you follow it up with the question of what kind of people must we produce in order to solve these problems? What kind of institutions must be developed? What kind of social relations and ideologies must be developed in order for us to secure our biological survival and to secure our liberation, independence, and our capacity to protect all of these things. And you work from there because it's these overarching problems and overarching issues
All right, so I
that
decided it.
lays the basis
I don't
and
know.
foundation for curriculum.
Which one? To my master?
See, when you ask what kind of
Can you hear me?
teachers, what kind of institutions, then you follow that up then about then what kind of learning experiences should our children and our people undergo in order that they can concretely develop these institutions and social relations. So it's not a matter of just learning efficiency and putting knowledge and skills in people's heads. Mm-mm. That knowledge, the knowledge and skills have to be correlated and coordinated with overall goals and purposes. And after you get through then looking at the kinds of experiences, you want to match those up with the developmental psychology of your children, which, as you know, is not a psychology of other people's children. You see, and you've got to know that. You got to know that the maturation of our children differs significantly from that of white children. We know that the psychology of a people reflects their history and experience, and the history and experience of African people is not that of European people. And therefore, the psychology cannot be that of those people. And therefore, the psychology, which is the foundation of learning and teaching, cannot be the same as that of those people. And therefore, it means we have to develop a new pedagogy, an approach to teaching and instruction that is in line with the psychology of our people and the psychology of our children. Not one that's borrowed, not one that's begged, but one that is developed, one that is organically and intrinsically related to our knowledge of ourselves and the knowledge of our history. The experience of African American people in America and in the world in general has been such that our approaches and styles of learning are significantly different from those of white children. And therefore, an African-centered education is not only then a theory that deals with the inclusion of content into the curriculum, but it is a theory, it involves, in its fullest extent, a theory of learning, as well as theories of teaching. And so we then hope in the fall, and we don't hope.
Welcome to Visions Now, the Supper Club, and we hope that you enjoyed Dr. Amos Wilson, and of course, our fearless engineer, Brother Julian, holding it down. And of course, hope that you understand what's going on. But let me tell you, this has been a very, very, very busy day for me. Start off today going to the prison and trying to get the brothers ready to come out and be better fathers and be better co-parents and better citizens, and had a real good discussion. Of course, as always, people believe what they believe, and but I think overall that they understand where we're coming from, that we need them out here. Too much of their lives have been spent in and out of prison, and so it's time that they really give some time to being citizens with their children, and also learn how to co-parent. You feel me? What I'm saying? So there's no doubt about it. And by the way, later on in the show, I'm going to be giving out a couple of tickets, and we'll let you know. Of course, when to call in and that type of thing to the comedy show coming up, and we're very excited about that. And so just wanted to make sure that you're well out there. It's a beautiful day. And Julian, what's going on up there at Columbus State University, brother? What's happening, man?
Nothing much. Getting ready to wind down the semester. It's been for me, it's been pretty hectic.
Right, I understand.
Trying to stay afloat with the classes and everything, but otherwise it's been pretty cool. Looking forward to the end of it this time. Taking a break.
Right. No doubt. And again, we're going to powwow because I know you working with a couple of organizations. So I'm going to do a tutorial with you about managing organization.
Yes, sir.
Because it's a lot of moving parts and just the thing that I've learned over the years. In terms of just keeping everybody together, keeping
organized,
things organized. Everybody know that's my mantra: organize, educate, motivate. Is the deal. And of course, today I just recently just left Miss Walisha Wilson. She introduced. That was a video that was done, and I guess this is my second starring role in a video. And I think it's a pretty nice video. And what I'm going to do is that we're going to go on and let you go and play that, and after the video, I don't know, do we have any commercials?
We do.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So again, I guess what we'll do is that we in better way, you can call me during the break, and of course, in terms of that, 703-324-1420, and we can chat about a few things. But you can go into the break, and then coming out the break, we'll play the video and we'll talk a little bit about what that's all about. All right. You listen to Vision now. You know what it is. That's Supper Club on 92.1 FM, smooth R&B, but Vision's bring the flavor.
WLTC HD2 Casita, W221DP Columbus, 92.1 Smooth R&B.
Yeah, we're gonna come back with that one. Yeah. Okay, what did she tell me? This thing she told me. 2 patty.
Get around that lake. To worms, to plugs, to lures, and he wasn't catching a thing. Just right across the lake from me. He said, man, I sure wish I could get over to your side of the lake and fish with you today. I said, well, Dale, it's just about dark. I tell you what, when it gets dark, I'll take this new flashlight I just bought, and I'm going to shine that beam over there on the bank where you are. You just walk across that beam until you get over here. How's that? Y'all ought to seen it. That made him so mad. He said, Bear, why are you always talking to me like I'm some kind of idiot? I know when I get halfway across the lake, you'll turn that dadgum flashlight off. Folks, there ain't nobody better in the hardware business than old Dale Castile and the fine folks at Harvey Lumber. 800 15th Street, open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5. Come on into T-Bone Steakhouse and Grill and set yourself down for one of the best steaks you've ever tasted, cooked to perfection by some of the best steak chefs in the biz. Or if you're not a steak fan, try T-Bone's pork chops or seafood or that succulent smothered chicken. The menu is so good at T-Bone Steakhouse and Grill, you can just close your eyes and point to something, and whatever you choose, it will be melt in your mouth good. From T-Bone Steakhouse and Grill, Highway 80, Ladonia Square in Phoenix City, open Tuesday through Sunday.
How would you like to get high-speed internet for your home for less than $2 a day? That's right. For about $50 a month, you'll get lightning fast internet. Are you paying less than $50 a month right now for your internet? Then call Whole Home Connect right now for blazing fast internet at $50 a month with no price increases, no hidden fees, no contracts, no upfront costs, no equipment fees. It's a great deal. And guess what? You can try it for 15 days. fees. If you don't like it, you get your money back. But you're gonna love it, and you're gonna love the price. Internet for your home for $50 a month. That's less than $2 a day. Plus, no contracts, no upfront costs, no equipment fees, and our 15-day guarantee. Call now. 800-699-0358. 800-699-0358. 800-699-0358. That's 800-699-0358.
Urgent Care of Columbus is an affordable and convenient urgent care and walk-in facility serving Columbus, Phoenix City, Fort Moore, Smith Station, and all surrounding areas. Don't waste time in crowded emergency rooms for non-emergency care. Quality care for our patients and efficiency is what you can expect at Urgent Care of Columbus. We provide complete care at one location, on-site digital imaging services, telehealth, diagnostics, and a laboratory for many different lab tests. We are open 7 days a week and are located at 5450 Whittlesey Boulevard in front of Sam's and Walmart. Most insurance is accepted, but not necessary to see the doctor.
If you talk, they will hear you. Every single time.
Why are we getting killed like this?
Kyle's not here. Got caught drinking beer in the park a couple of nights ago.
Really?
Yeah, 0 tolerance. He's out for the season.
Harsh.
Hey, he knew not to drink. We've made that clear to all of our kids, right?
No, not really.
Bill, if we don't tell them what we expect and why they shouldn't drink, how are they going to know?
Talk. They hear you. For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
You try.
There's a place to share the joy of your team winning it all, and a place to share a laugh about skiing and taking a fall. There's a place to share photos of pets, or singing in the choir, or the time you ate a pepper and your mouth was on fire. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share, you're not alone. Ask about your company's emotional health benefits. Visit heart.org/sharing. Brought to you by the American Heart Association.
Meet Keith, loving dad, board game champ, bus driving pro.
I drive 65,000 miles in my bus each year. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. Like how there are some things I simply can't see. On my route the other day, a car tried to sneak past me and ends up right in my blind spot. I turned slowly, so accident avoided. But no car should be in the blind spot for a 40,000-pound bus. It's our roads. It's our safety.
Visit www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
Think fast. In less than 30 seconds, a small flame can become a big fire. Don't let your world go up in smoke. Have working smoke alarms and keep children 3 feet away from anything that gets hot. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov because fire is everyone's fight.
We have another set of tickets to give away, and you can give us a call at 706-324-1420. And you might, if you are the third caller, you might be the lucky one. So right now we're gonna play the documentary that yours truly and Ms. Walisha Wilson and Jerome Larson and some other people are in, reference to prison labor. And you listen to Vision Down the Supper Club. We're the one that loves you, and a doggone thing you can do about it. And this is the Supper Club, and we are the one on Smooth R&B with the flavor. I'm on the air now, but do you think you and your wife want?
The 13th Amendment bans slavery with the exception of folks who are incarcerated.
Okay.
The 13th Amendment is what empowers the longevity in the process of slavery.
Slavery is abolished except if you've been found guilty of committing the crime. So if you've been found guilty of committing the felony, you no longer are an American citizen. You are now a slave.
And when you call the Department of Corrections, they will tell you in no uncertain terms, check your 13th Amendment. It's legal. You get convicted of a crime, then we can work you.
Prison is a business. It's a business.
Yes.
Whether it pays people or not, it is a booming business in this country.
Incarcerated people provide over $11 billion in services each year. And that is from working in plants, that's making furniture, lingerie, working in call centers, and they're working as garbage collectors. They work as clerks in the courthouse.
The city using laborers to clean the buildings. I see them at the fire department.
Fighting forest fires. They're doing landscaping on the highways, a lot of water treatment plants. They clean up parks and recs.
In the conditions with no heat, in the conditions in the summertime with no air. You know, I mean, the conditions were deplorable.
And the more you look, the more you see. They don't know our Braille translation services happen, our license plates, masterses for our public parks and for our higher education, all the paper products, an enormous amount of things. People really are unaware.
I see them walking around in the government center. Nobody supervise them. They got the striped suits on. They paint. They doing plumbing. They just, that's their job. Okay. But then when they get out, they can't come and wait for the city to get the same job.
People are not going to the factories because they got a new factory called a prison.
Prison slave labor runs Columbus. They had to lay off a whole bunch of workers in order to replace them with prison slave labor.
Certainly, folks are being employed unpaid to do jobs that other folks could be paid to do, right? Yes. And there are a lot of those jobs.
There'll be more jobs available on the outside for people that's not incarcerated, because if you got 100 people working from inside a prison outside, that's 100 jobs that people that's free can have.
Cannot get that job.
Yeah.
When you go and apply for that job, they say we're not hiring. Why would they pay you $30 an hour when they can get somebody to do it for free? People don't understand. People say, oh, I support incarcerated people's labor, but what they're not understanding is that contributes to unemployment on the outside.
Right.
Myself, I've been in prison before. I was in the federal prison in Estelle, South Carolina, and I only made like $12 a month, but we built forklifts for the military.
And most of these jobs, if not all of them, when they get out, they cannot get jobs with those same positions.
So now you go and try to get employment from the same people who's employed you for free, and you can't work for them. And they say, well, I can't work for you because the state law says you can't work for me if you got a felony. So why doesn't that law apply when I'm incarcerated?
It's legal. This is Mayor Teresa Tomlinson. She said it's legal. And I said, just because it's legal, it doesn't make it right.
If people are working, they deserve to be compensated. And where you are living, whether by choice or by law, doesn't affect the fact that you are doing labor that deserves compensation.
Yes. Are you aware that there are some folks who have actually refused to work and get punished? They get their phone calls and visitation taken from them, or get thrown in solitary when they refuse to work.
That's what I was about to say. In the feds, if you don't work, you go to the hole. It's called a shoe.
So therefore, it's not optional. It's not volunteering.
No, it's mandatory.
So when you're made to work for free, that is slavery. Why is it so sensitive when we hear terms like slavery and don't correlate that with incarcerated people?
The first part comes with us not actually engaging in addressing what this country has done historically and currently. And so people are defensive.
Yeah.
The second part is I think people really don't know. People really have no idea how much labor is done in the state of Georgia through our correction systems.
They knew that you couldn't continue to call people slaves. They said, but people will accept if you call them a criminal.
Basically, it's convict leasing, which is an old thing where they basically say, hey, we talked to a construction worker. The construction worker going to give us $10,000 a month if we send them 5 convicts. They're going to pay us $10,000. We're going to make the 5 convicts go over there to work. The convicts ain't going to get paid, but we just got paid $10,000.
You utilize them for years while you're in the institution. Again, You're good enough to utilize them while you're in institution. Those skills are great to assist while you're there. Do
And
those
make them
things,
money.
make money, push out the numbers you need so that the state looks great. Go out and give them the diplomas, assist them all. But then when you get home, you can't get employed.
Many of these towns, these townships, these little small Hickville locations would not have booming economies if Black bodies were not taken from the inner city and the bond money being moved from the inner city to these little small hick towns and building the prison and building a new high school and building a new housing and building the shopping plaza and building the economy.
The census helps you get parking lots, they help you get accessible, all these different things. And you're telling me you counted me in a county. That's why you see a lot of these prisons in these small, poor counties, rural counties, because that's how they make their money, off your speed tickets and off the prisons. And they're counting those 5,000 people as residents to say, hey, we need more handicapped parking spaces. We need a recreational center. We need this and we need that. You're counting these people.
They are counted. Yep.
But they can't benefit from the fact that, you know, they're able to go to that same park that just got built off of their numbers with their kids.
Most of the time when there is refusal on banishing different systems or adding programs, money is the common driver. So what about the money is going on that they're so hard pressed to not let go of it?
They have stuff like that and they say, we need people at the civic center. We just had a flood. We need people to come clean this road up. We had this. Why are they not saying we need to hire 15 people down here at the civic center? We need to pay 20 people to come and do this. Why are they not doing that? And why are they choosing to use incarcerated people?
Because it would cost them money instead of making it would cost them money and not make them money.
And the goal is to make money.
And the goal has always been to make money. And also it's always to keep the city in a position of dominance.
Here in Columbus, I know trash went from 2 days to 1 day a couple of years ago. And last year, the mayor was cited in an interview that he did with the news that the residents were complaining because trash had been backed up and folks were complaining why it wasn't being picked up. And they asked him what was the reason why the trash wasn't being picked up. And he said, well, we don't have enough prisoners, i.e. we got a shortage of slaves. And so I immediately felt like when you say we have a shortage of slaves, the result is we got to figure out what we have to do to get more slaves to get out here to dump more of our trash.
When I went to the license plate making factory, what I was told was that folks who were chosen to work this job were chosen because they would be there for a long time. Now, if it's a training job, if it's intended for you to be able to transition to another job, then wouldn't you want folks for whom that transition is going to happen? Wouldn't you want as many folks to be helped as you could?
They should be able to just transition right on into that job, because obviously it's a job because they had them doing it. So why couldn't, if I'm doing it right now and I'm getting out in 6 months, why can't I just transition and that's my job when I get out?
It's making too much money for it to make sense right now.
And the criminal legal system itself is based on a
monetary thing.
You know, the IRS, Walisha, even has something on their website that makes a notation that just because a person is incarcerated does not exempt them from paying federal taxes, federal income taxes, if they qualify to pay them. And the Department of Education has a notice on their site that lets people know that they don't get an automatic deferment just because they're incarcerated and not making money from paying those student loan payments. So I want people to be full well aware that we have federal regulations that make sure we're still paying on things that we owe on, even while we're in carceral systems, slavery systems in the state that don't allow us to make money.
If you took away what the I hate this word, but what the inmates do inside of facilities, that would open up so many doors for so many community members who are without jobs.
Once you become a ward or of the state or the feds, there's no way for you to get reintroduced into society as a regular American citizen.
They can work you for free because you don't have the rights to defend yourself. You don't. That's why when you get out, You got to get your right to vote back after a certain time. You got to get your right to bear arms after a certain time. And that's if Georgia decides to give them to you. They don't come back automatically.
Voting rights, right? So some people say, oh, restoration of rights, but there's another step there, right? Why are you losing your rights at all?
That people who have lost everything because of incarceration are the people who are the most willing and able to commit to jobs when they come out. Those people can be committing to those jobs when they're inside.
The method doesn't match what's actually happening, right? If it were training, we should see the program focused on transition, and that's not what we're seeing.
This society had basically created mental health problems in our community.
The degree to which we criminalize and incarcerate folks, it really fuels the cycle of poverty in our state. You know, it really, really does. We are taking resources from people and putting them into a system that only makes things worse for those people and then everybody that those people, you know, is associated with.
We got to go deep into the DNA of this whole system because we cannot fix this system. We're to create our own system, and system still sharpens steel, system sharpens systems. So as we build our own system, that's going to be the primary thing. When they come out, they got to be a part of this system that we're creating.
In order to end mass incarceration, we have to have an employment component.
People being able to contribute to their communities and reap the rewards of that is how you build sustainable communities, period.
How can you prevent crime if you do not give people the tools and resources to be able to better themselves and come back to a contributing member of society?
And part of that resources is a job.
We have to create a post-incarceration reentry system that actually guides them into a trade or a profession.
To change the charter to allow someone with charges, that's part of it, to change the city ordinances and state laws to allow, you know, people with records to actually work for the government. I mean, they're already working.
They're already working for the government. They
So
just ain't getting paid.
why not have different amendments made to keep them working?
The more states we get who are willing to say out loud, we don't support slavery here, we are going to change it at the state level, the more push we get for the federal.
Common sense says this is why our crime rates are high, this is why our homelessness is high, this is why our communities are the way they are, because we're not giving people what they need to succeed. And when people don't have a job, you're going to continue to have high crime. And to actually train somebody to use somebody under the guise of saying it's for training, and then when they get out because they have a felony, they can't get a job.
It's
An excuse.
oxymoron.
And we're trying to get some information out here to you today, and there's another.
Hey, I just put it in the chat. You see it?
Okay. Well, you're on the air, and I want you to tell a little bit about it while we have you, Miss Hill. Yes, ma'am. So you're on the air as we speak. So I want you to tell us a little bit.
Only Dr. Hood, right?
That's right. That's how we do it. Make it do what it do.
So this is most awesome. I am actually honored to be reconnected with the retired Judge Harry Bowden. He is, as always, on the cusp of what needs to be for the community. I worked for him years ago, and he created an alternative sentencing program. And I was there for making sure that the people either got employed or stayed employed with vocational training. And so that was his foresight. And now, never to be without again, on the cusp. It is Judge Harry Bowden. He is a former judge who guides with insight and reality bites in his Straight No Chaser Child Support Court TV broadcast.
No, Miss Hill, Miss Hill, Miss Hill.
TV.com.
Miss Hill.
Child Support Court TV.com.
Miss Hill, how did you send it to us?
It is in the chat.
Is this in the chat? Okay then. All right then. So we're going to try to.
And so what needs to happen is Judge Bowden is needing to hear from the people that are going through. He wants your look. For a win-win for the children, even in the middle of your mess. So go to Child Support Court TV and sign up today to hear from the judge.
Okay. Is there a little video we'll be able to see once we get on there?
That is Child Support Court TV.
Okay.
That is on there, and just know that Judge Bowden is serving the gavel on a plate of drama-filled family circumstances, but he flavors it with the seasoning of the law.
Okay. So Child Support TV.
Court TV.com.
Okay, we're going to try to pull that up. And again, while we're getting that ready, tell us a little bit about, can we get it? Okay.
Can you get it? Okay. Yes, it is a...
Okay, so what's going on in Atlanta these days? I understand that.
Well, the latest, of course, is on Tuesday. We had the city of Mableton election runoff, and former Cobb County party chair Michael Owens won.
Oh, okay.
He is a Marine as well.
Okay.
And
ex-Marine, huh?
No, don't go there. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Okay.
Remember, I'm a Marine wife, so we don't play that.
Okay, all right. All right.
And so the new city of Mapleton, which, let's be real clear, is now the largest city in Cobb County.
Oh, wow.
With 77,000 residents.
Okay. Hold one second.
Okay.
Are we ready to bring him on? Okay. We're going to jump off and play a little bit, and then I look forward to talking with you about many other things that's going on in the state of Georgia.
Get registered. Get ready for the municipal elections.
No doubt about it. And long live Black Wall Street.
All right. Thank you.
All right,
That's
peace.
what's in the public eye. This is Sharon J. Hill, and I thank you for the vision for the soul.
Peace.
Thank you.
Organize.
Organize. That's right. And vote. Bye-bye.
Okay, so let's try it out. Let's see if we can get an idea about this Child Support Court TV. You list the visions, not a subclub. This is where you get it at. And again, we're trying to let you know if you got some issues, then this is where you bring them to.
Here at Child Support Court, I'm giving to you straight with no chaser.
I guess.
How does it make the non-custodial parent feel when the child says off the cuff, "Mama said that you ain't..." Whoa, wait a minute. Don't talk about the non-custodial parent. So let's get back to child support. That's also mean parental support. Child support too often is relegated or brought down to money. But ladies and gentlemen, child support is so much more.
Hi, this is Judge Harry Bowden from Child Support Court, the vodcast. Don't you miss one episode, streaming Monday through Friday.
Have a good one. This is Judge Bowden for Child Support Court Vodcast.
Let's have some straight talk. Are you sick of being trapped in a title pond or just need a loan now? Call 1-800-NEW-RATE. If you're in a title pond trap, we can get you out. Check out some of these features. We save you thousands in interest, we lower your payments, possibly cut in half, and you get up to $1,000 in extra cash. That's $1,000 extra cash, and your first payment is not due for up to 45 days. Call 1-800-NEW-RATE. That's 1-800-NEW-RATE. RATE. It's fast, it's easy, and you get approved right over the phone, and you get your check today. Do you need a loan? Do you need to pay off that high-interest title pond loan and your first payment not due for 45 days? And you could maybe half the payment of the title pond? Call 1-800-NEW-RATE. That's 1-800-NEW-RATE. R-A-T-E. Did I mention you get up to $1,000 extra cash? That's 1-800-NEW-RATE. Get approved over the phone. Get your check today. That's 1-800-NEW-RATE. R-A-T-E. Did I mention you get up to $1,000 in extra cash? That's 1-800-NEW-RATE. R-A-T-E.
It's the annual Ashley Days event at Gorey's Furniture Express, the one place in the world where you can find the best selection of Ashley Signature, and Benchcraft furniture all in one place with up to 40% off select items. Shop the annual Ashley Days event all month long at Gorey's Furniture Express, Alabama Highway 169 in Opelika.
Gorey's Furniture Express, your express way to savings.
If you're living with diabetes and using insulin, you know the pain of pricking your fingers over and over again. Ouch! Well, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can reduce the pain of pricking your fingers. If you administer insulin 3 or more times per day or use an insulin pump, call now and learn how a CGM can help you.
Painless. No more pricking my finger. No finger pricks. Convenience. They delivered it free and they took care of all the paperwork.
You can reduce pain right away. Plus, it's accurate, easy to use, and helps you spend more time in range. And if you have insurance, you can get a new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost. Call now and get free shipping of your new CGM. Plus, we'll bill your insurance for you. 800-824-4596. 800-824-4596. 800-824-4596. That's 800-824-4596.
Welcome back to Vision Down, the Supper Club. And of course, a lot of things going on. And a dear friend of mine, my brother, Mr. P Funk himself, is on the phone with me. Charlie B, what's going on, baby boy?
What's up, man? What's going on with you, man?
Well, again, I'm glad you called in just the nick of time, baby boy. And we're just going over some things here with Visions Now, the Supper Club. You know, me, Edgar, and Rashida, we all here together on 92.1 FM. This is the place to be. Smooth R&B with the flavor. My people. You already know. So now tell me you saying that you're gonna be down on Broadway. What's up?
Yeah, DFOS will be on Broadway April 28th. That's next Friday at 7 to 10. Bringing all the funk and all the R&B and all the funk.
So it's gonna be a party. Yes, sir. That's next Friday. Next Friday. Okay, good. I mean, I'm getting anxious. I'm gonna be getting my seat together, going down there tomorrow looking for you. Do I have to camp out? Do I have to go down there tomorrow and hold out till next week?
Yeah, man. They waiting on us. They've been waiting on us to come down here. So we coming down. We got some new stuff we're gonna be doing. So it's gonna be fun, man.
So where we coming out? We P-funking it, or we what face are you bringing?
I'm bringing the Marcus Miller Fender.
Oh, okay.
That thing growl like the Carolyn line. That thing growl too.
Right. And man, I tell you, man, we got to have that R&B, man. And again, you told me, I tell people all the time, man, I can't remember. It must have been about 15 years ago. And we were down there with old Benjamin's land. We were talking about music and stuff. And you told me that, look, man, Southern Soul is what's coming. It's coming cold. Southern Soul is here, man. Southern Soul is here, Charlie.
Yeah, it is. It is here. It ain't going nowhere either.
Oh, no. It just crank it up. It's a baby now.
Oh yeah, cause I played with three Southern Soul artists: Calvin Richardson, Lacey, Big Rob, and Kenny Wayne. I used to play behind them.
Right. I know.
Yeah.
So, as a matter of fact, I love Calvin, but is Calvin too big for Columbus now? But somebody told me he's coming next year. Sometime this year, though, he coming.
Yeah, I heard he's coming. Yeah, he coming back.
Yeah, but Calvin do some good stuff, man. Real good stuff. So you been feeling pretty good and everything?
Yeah, man, I'm doing all right, man.
Okay, all right. You been out in Texas not too long, wasn't it? Was it Texas you went to?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm out there with another band I play with, Part on the Moon. I'm playing with them.
Okay. I be trying to keep up with you, boy.
But P-Funk Connection, we doing a big show in July, man. We Friday night. This is a trip. Friday night is midnight start. G.F. Scott, Jodeci, Al Green.
Oh man.
And then the Saturday night we playing is Norman Connor, Avery Sunshine.
Now where's this going to be, Charlie? Where's it going to be?
Cincinnati.
Oh, Cincinnati.
And Babyface and Snoop Dogg. That's the show we on.
Oh man, you gotta get official videos so we can have a virtual party down here watching you when you perform, man. That's what we gotta do.
Well, every time I do something like that, I always go live on Facebook.
Okay, cool. Okay, that'll work. So again, man, I'm on good luck when the creek don't ride. I'm gonna try to be down there with you next Friday, man. Now, I'm backstage. You know how we roll.
Oh yeah. You know me looking for you.
You already know, man. So thanks for calling in, man. Always, man, keep me up. Even if it ain't gonna be in Columbus, call and let me know where you're gonna be at, man.
Okay. Oh yeah, but one thing I say, I'm doing an interview on WRBL tomorrow at 12. We're probably gonna air to next week.
Okay, cool.
About the show.
Okay, cool beans. So again, make sure you stay tuned in to 92.1 FM. We love you here, man. So whatever you're doing, we're gonna push you. You know the deal.
Hey man, I appreciate y'all.
Keep it real, Charlie.
All right, man.
DSOS in the house. All day. That's what I'm talking about. And again, that's what it's all about. Like, so we keep it real here. We organic here. We not contrived. We spontaneous. We make it as we go. We make it as we go, man. That's how we do it. So don't worry about it. We make it do what it do. How much time we got before we go? About 7 minutes. Okay, so tell me what's on your heart and what's your mind, Julian. And everything. What's the deal?
I'm really excited today, dog. You know why?
Why, man?
Today is finally the end of Ramadan.
That's right.
Reason to celebrate. It's celebration.
I'm glad I was sitting there trying to say something else I wanted to say. That's right. In the Ramadan.
Yes,
so it's the night of power. It's tomorrow.
Night of power being
the last day.
That'll be tonight. Yeah, today.
Oh, okay.
20. Yeah, 20.
Tonight, okay. Well, again, praise God. Again, Ramadan is time that we do the best we can to try to stay positive, and people that's not so. Everybody they on some different kind of stuff, and so we just try to stay in a peaceful zone. So some of you who I have not talked to for a while, or you have not seen me, just know that we've been kind of not out the way, but just our heads down. So ain't trying to argue with nobody. Like I say, if I can't teach you and share something with you, then see me after Ramadan. because I ain't got no time to argue with nobody, and they got the spirit for it either, because it's all about love. So again, got Eid coming up. I know that the Nation of Islam gonna have Eid on Sunday, and I got to find out when Masjid and Noor gonna have Ramadan, the Eid festival over there as well. So this is just a festive time for us, Congratulations,
good.
man!
Yes, sir.
Congratulations, Julian. I know you. Yeah,
it was a great spiritual exercise.
That's what I'm trying to say. And and it gets better. It gets better and better.
And
no doubt about it. So what happened with me is that my body started saying, I need Ramadan. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I started kind of semi-fasting before it even started, because the body is saying, look, it's time. Time for you to make it do what it do, baby.
It was real revealing. I will say that too.
Exactly. And that's another thing about it. Your instincts and everything do be more keen, and you be picking up on stuff. You be doing a little bit more sensitive on things, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes, exactly. So we're gonna be able to get our closing out tonight.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And again, we'd like to welcome Sister Rashida, and of course the leader of the beautiful people, Edgar Champagne, to 92.1 FM. The smooth R, the smooth R&B. Come on here. So we got the smooth R&B with revisions now, the Supper Club, the Flavor, with Dr. J. Lee Wood. You're hoping we say Ramadan Mubarak, Ramadan Kareem, Eid Mubarak, Eid Kareem. We are so delighted. Stay positive. The whole idea, we build up our strength for the rest of the year. In other words, Ramadan is over, but it's not over. In other words, we still want to stay positive. We don't want to argue with nobody. We want to exchange ideas. We ain't trying to convince nobody nothing. It ain't about making nobody know. Look, only God can make you. God made you a Muslim, and only you got to choose to live it. You know, so don't worry about nobody trying to convert you. Can't nobody convert you. You the only one to convert yourself. And hopefully you won't revert. It's better to convert than to revert. Okay? That's what I say. So Julian, last word?
Peace.
Okay, okay, how much time we got? Is it too late? Did we lose it?
No, we still got about 2 minutes.
Okay, that's 2 minutes. Let me give you a little something to think about. When we fall, we can rise again. When we break, we can heal again. When we fail, we can overcome again. There's no can't. It's all about we can. We fall, we rise, we break, we heal, we fail, we overcome. And we shall overcome. Good night. We love you. As always, Hotep, Feed the Land, Shalom, Namaste, Somo to be. Assalamu alaikum, Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Well, supper time is over for the day. We're going to close up the village. Thank you for listening. Invite your friends to join in our weekly meal, supper time. Let's build that spirit of Harambe. Organize. Educate. Pamoja, Tutashinda, Uhuru Sasa, Watu Wazuri. Peace, soul, love, with a little sprinkle of power. Good night. Organize. Educate. Motivate.
It would be like that. Oh God, yeah. That's the part that's organic.
We have to go back and look at it and see if they can tell.
Good. I think when the Amos was to start playing, I think that was a good way to something. Yeah. It was while we was getting it together. He was holding it down. That's why I was like, okay, Amos will hold it down for the first couple. Yeah.
We still on, dude.
Okay. I just